Hi, it's 2 a.m. and I'm making myself some tea, and I hope that this video is much more coherent. Coherent, is that a word? Coherent. Than the last time I recorded something at 2 a.m., which was yesterday. That was yesterday, literally. But I was making myself some tea and I was thinking on why do parents act like as if their children had raised themselves or something, as if they had absolutely nothing to do with their children's problems. Like everything that happens to them, how did that even happen? Wow, my child just spawned out of thin air, out of a Minecraft spider spawner. That's how my child came to be the person who they are today. That's literally how some parents are. I think all of them are like that to a degree. I'm kidding. Okay, because like it's like bitches be wondering why their child is fucking depressed and is always getting into abusive, awful relationships at the ripe age of 16, and then be like, why are you depressed? You need to go to a psychologist. Why do you have mental issues? It's not like I was an awful fucking mother. And I blame all of your problems on you. This is not about my mother. My mom is amazing. I love my mom. This is about the mother of one friend I have. Because this isn't about my parents. I mean, it's kind of about my parents, but my cat is there. Okay, this part of what I just said, this is not about my parents. My parents are not like that. But they also have their issues. It's like they are not perfect, but compared to some of my friends' parents, they're like, God damn it, fucking Jesus Christ or something, you know? You know? Like they're not fucking Jesus Christ. They are not perfect, and they do have looking at my cat. Oh, witchcraft. That lamp does that. What? Okay. Yeah. So yeah. No, yeah, they're not perfect, but compared to some of your parents, but yeah, still, it's like, why do parents try to like wash their hands of anything? It's like, you raised your fucking child. You know that? You raised your fucking child. And okay, this isn't. It's like, what the fuck? You know, like you can just take all of your responsibility out of whatever. You know, it's like you raised your fucking child. This person is your fault. I mean, no, kinda. Come see, come sa. Más o menos. Okay, because like, okay, now I'm gonna talk about my parents, specifically about my dad, because it's like, no, my parents are like weird abusive parents or anything, but of course they're not perfect and they have their little issues sometimes. And for example, my dad, once he tried to like philosophy his way out of any responsibility that his decisions on the way he raised me could have had in my life. Like, he was like, you can't blame all of your problems on me. And it's like, I never blamed all of my problems on him. Tú te atacaste because I mentioned that me being homeschooled, in fact, affected the way I relate to other human beings. And it's like, shocking news. And he was like, I hear the water boiling. No, he didn't say that. I hear the water boiling my tea. So there's still no orange blossom tea. My strawberry lemon orange blossom tea. It has the color of her hair. Yeah, the water, when it has that tea, it has the color of her hair. Girl, you shut the fuck up. This is about parents. This is about parents. This video about parents, bitch. Okay, so yeah. Yeah, he was like trying to philosophy his way out of any sort of blame or responsibility he could have on me as a person. Like anything, everything. He said that like nothing was his fault or something like that. He said that like I couldn't blame him for anything, and that my problems, all of my problems, were only my fault. It's like, huh? Don't worry, guys. I debated him about it, and he ended up recognizing that he does, in fact, have a responsibility over the way he raised his children. Don't worry, guys. Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. My parents are not awful. You know, they have like issues, but they listen to me. It takes a little some screams and yells, but they do. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, so. But yeah, he said something, and I got really mad because he was like trying to like philosophy his way out of it, because he was like finding mental gymnastics to do this and this and that. I was like, shut up. You just can't philosophy your way out of your responsibility over what your actions do on other people. You know, it's like, stupid bitch, just say sorry. It's like I mean, you can start doing mental gymnastics and philosophy your way out of it, and like acrobatics, mental acrobatics, not even just in gymnastics. You're like a circus acrobat now, mental circus acrobat or something. You can do it. You can do as you please, but that makes you an asshole because it doesn't make it true. Doesn't make it true. Doesn't make it true. You know, someone that it was the same day actually. It was the same day that my dad said this shit. Somebody else later on that day told me something that was like, I was like, shut the fuck up. I'm tired of this conversation. Shut the fuck up. I already heard this earlier. I already had to yell at somebody for this shit earlier. Shut the fuck up. But I was much more chill about this other person because um, yeah, whatever. I didn't yell at this person or show that I was mad about it. Anyway, whatever. Because that this week, not this week, but the week in which this happened, I had some trouble with my mom because I was like growing up and doing things like going out on my own, but just like to the fucking park, literally to the fucking park that is so straight from here, or doing shit and stuff and like starting making my own life and shit. Oh, that's something weird that happened to me this year. At first, when I was about to turn 16, it was like in April, I was like afraid of growing up and I had this weird fear of growing up. Then in August and September, when I was with hair, all of the connotations that the word hair can have, guilt, everything, pain. This was actually our daughter. She got me pregnant. This was our daughter. But she does not recognize the child, but it has her eyes. It has her eyes, and the DNA recognizes. The DNA test says different than her. This was our child. This was our child, Anita. Her name is Ana Karenina, but we call her Anita because she's a baby, little baby. She's 5 months old. My little baby. My baby, you're my babies. You know that she sings. When I'm playing guitar and singing, she sings. Like she uses a specific tone in her voice that's higher pitch than her usual voice, and she says words like she says like words. She sings. Oh, she sings when I play guitar. She's so baby. I love our child so much. What was I talking about? Okay, so this was our child. Let me take a pause to because I don't have space. Yeah, I was talking about growing up, and then when I started going out. I got out of my tower. I sat alone in my tower. Okay, no, but actually, that metaphor of the tower, I thought it way before that song existed. Like it was August, and I had already thought about the tower thing. I had already thought about me being in a tower from May, May, and it was like freeing myself from the tower. And I felt like whatever it was mentally. I mean, the tower. It was like in my head. It was like disassociation from reality. But yeah, and the point is that then I was so fucking reckless and so fucking wild and so fucking childish and so impulsive, and I just did a lot of shit, and I was like pretending to grow up way too soon, too fast, and doing so much things, and I was like, wow, para el carro mi vida. But yeah, that's something so weird. But well, it was during this time, it was September, and so I had some trouble with my mom this week because we were having some friction because it was see, that's why I'm telling my parents are not perfect, but they're not evil. My parents are good. My parents are good. I consider my parents to be good parents. But yeah, it's just like they are, of course, they're people. Yeah, they're also stupid sometimes. Everyone is stupid sometimes. That's part of being a human being. But I love them. I love my parents. They're amazing people. What was I saying? So yeah, I had some trouble with my mom because she was like treating me like an 8-year-old, and I just wanted to go walk to a stupid park by myself, and the stupid park is like a street from here and stuff, and so we were having some like friction, and she was really mad, and then I was really mad, and my words shit to kill when I'm mad. I have a lot of regrets about that, and yeah, so I felt really awful because I was being an awful child, but I just because she put me in these situations, and I tried to explain myself, and then she understood something different. It's like I said, I want to start making my own life, and she interpreted it as you don't want me in your life anymore, and you want me to go away and kill myself. It's like I never said that. Pancake waffles. So I love pancakes. Also, you hate waffles. That's what my mom did. It's frustrating. She does that. I love her, but it's frustrating. That shit is frustrating. But I understand her. I understand why she interprets those awful things that nobody fucking loves her or something. Actually. When I try to speak to her and tell her, no, but I understand why, then she feels studied. I realized this weird thing that I do, that I think I said this in the other video last night. I'm having deja vu. Or did I say this in another to a friend? I don't know. Is that when I was a child, I never quite felt understood. And, you know, I'm literally luz nocera. And that all I've ever really wanted was to be understood. And that's me. I think this already... It's still really hot. Whatever. That's me. All I've ever really wanted was to be understood. So yeah, understanding. And so I never quite felt understood, and I also always had this curiosity curiosity to understand the world around me and myself and stuff. And nobody, I didn't quite felt understood, and I always felt this pancake waffle shit sometimes, and I just didn't quite felt understood. Also, I was kind of bullied once when I was 6. I was really sociable as a child, and then I was bullied at 6, and I became an introvert, and I was kind of like, ugh. Then I became confident with myself again, and it was a lot of character development, and watching the Owl House helped me with that. And now I'm just me again, and I'm sociable, and I'm like a cheerful child. So that's cringe to say, but somebody said that I was like a child once, and I was like, oh, thank you. Whatever. I'm just me. Actually, having long hair reminds me of child me, because I had really long hair, and I haven't had my hair this long since I was like 10. No, not 10. I had it like this at 10, like 6. What the fuck? I don't know. The point is that I quite never felt understood by people in general. So I always try to understand everyone, because I know how important it is to be understood. Because, like, damn, I crave that. I crave understanding. Don't worry, I have people who I do feel understood with. Like, my sibling, they don't quite understand me all of the time, but they understand me most of the times. But since I'm younger, sometimes I feel, it's not like they tell me, but sometimes I feel like they think that my issues are kind of childish. It's not that they tell me that. It's not that they tell me that. They never tell me that kind of things. My sibling is the person in this family that communicates the fucking best. Kind of. But it's like the person who, like, how do they not say hurtful shit? What the fuck? Whatever. No, they do sometimes. Whatever, they're more... Shut up about this. The point is, my sibling and my best friend, the one I video call every day, yeah, she understands me so fucking much. She makes me feel so understood. She makes me feel so not judged at all. I have never felt like she judged me. I love her. I love you, girl. You won't watch these videos. You don't even speak English, but I fucking love you, girl. God fucking bless, yeah, the universe. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous girl. Love you, bitch. No. So yeah, that. The point is that, so yeah, I crave being understood. So I know how important it is to be understood. So I always try my best to understand everyone, and I do. I always understand everyone, actually, because I take my time and I take the care to listen and to think about it and feel it and reflect on it and understand everybody. But it's like when a muscle grows too much and it becomes like swollen and weird. That's my empathy. It's like so much it got swollen. It's weird because I okay, so like I always want to understand everybody, but I end up reading people in a really creepy way. I didn't realize that until recently, and I was like, oh, what the fuck? I read people in a really creepy way. I read my mom in a really creepy way to understand why she didn't understand. And then she felt studied and attacked about that. Oh, goodness gracious. But that was more recently. That hadn't happened in this week that I was telling, so I'm going off the rail about me reading people in a really creepy way, because, like, it's empathy. It's my empathy. It's like me being empathetic and understanding people, but it's like, then it's way too much, and then I end up kind of reading them in a very invasive way, but it's not on purpose, and I realized that, like, this month, October, I realized that, like, now, and I was like, ooh, that's weird, and I don't know how to change that, so I'm not gonna change that until I know how to change that, because, like, it's either that, at the moment, the only way I feel like I could change that is just, like, stop being empathetic at all, like, completely, and that's way worse, so I'm gonna keep reading people unwillingly on a creepy way until I find the middle point to be empathetic but be normal. I'll get to that. It's just like, future me has the answer, but I don't. Whatever. Letters to my future self. I write letters to my future self, actually. Whatever. My cat's doing something weird over there, and I don't know what she's doing. Whatever. The point. I'm going back to. Oh yeah, this hadn't happened that week. Okay, the point. I had some trouble with my mom, and I was being really a fucking awful child because I was really. My worship to kill when I'm mad. I have a lot of regrets about that. I'm literally that song. That song is me this month. That song is me whole month. Just, this is me trying. At least I'm trying. They told me all of my cages were mental, so I got wasted like all my potential. That not. And my worship to kill when I'm mad. I have a lot of regrets about that. I was so ahead of the curve became a spear. No sé qué of my class, I ended up here. Poured my heart out to a stranger, but I didn't pour the whiskey. I just wanted you to know that this is me trying. At least I'm trying, and it's hard to be at a party when I feel like an open wound. It's hard to be anywhere these days when all I want is you. Your flashback, and I feel me. Okay, I had some trouble with my mom this week, and I was talking to this person. I was talking to her, this person, and Anita, come here, baby. Yeah, I was talking to this person, and she told me, I ended up talking about my issues with my mom and how I felt like I was an awful child, and she told me, like, you are not responsible for the way other people feel, and you are only responsible for what you do, and something, but it was stupid. It was, what she said was like what my dad had said. Like, she was just like philosophizing her way out of any sort of responsibility she could have on her actions on other people, and actually then something she told me much more later on confirmed me that she was just trying to philosophize her guilt out of things, like, Like, and then you blame me for your feelings that are not my fault at all, and then fuck you. Why the wound is still bleeding? You are the one that I love. You need another metaphor simple enough. A wrinkle in time like the crease by your eyes. This is what the shrink you love the main guy. Yeah, this person was hair. See, I told you in the past video that we were both like, yeah, what I did was but this is also what the fuck do you mean? You blame me for your feelings that are not my fault. That's all. Excuse me. You trying to gaslight me, bitch? Oh god, I'm so fucking sorry. Oh god, I'm such a bitch. The point is, she was trying like to make me feel better and give me advice. This is not what this is way before. Okay, we are here. We are here. And I was like, no, no. I was mad because I remember my dad and shit. And I was like, no, you can't just philosophy your guilt out of things. You just can't do that shit because you are responsible for the way you make others feel. You are. Okay? Because if you tell somebody, I don't know, you are a fucking stupid, ugly, fat whore and you should you know, and if you tell somebody that and that person feels bad about that, guess what? Guess what? Guess what? It is your fault. You are responsible for the way you made that person feel. Shocking news, your actions have consequences on other people. The way you treat others affects them. Yeah, so it's like, no, 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 no. I did say hurtful shit. It's not like I told my mom. It's just that I yelled and I was, you know, I yelled and I yelled. We both yelled. It's like, we're, This is my mom. This is me. Listen to me. Why do I always have to listen to you? Because you never listen to me. We're fine, okay? I still love my mom because I'm talking about these things, and since you don't know me, this is everything you're gonna know, and you're gonna be like, what the fuck? But that's not everything about us, you know. That's not like everything. That's a thing, but that's not everything. So of course it's not like there are issues. That's not everything, you know. But yeah, it's just that one first video I talked about life experience. You are not me. You're never gonna know everything, but yeah. Of course, it's just like a little piece of my existence and my thoughts. But yeah, that I just wanted to say that is like you tell somebody you are ugly, and then that person feels ugly. It was your fault. Lol, shocking. And if you decide to raise your child in a way, and then that way that you decide to raise your child affect the way they relate to other people, that is kind of your fault. Like, as a parent, it's not like all of your child's issues are your fault. Like, if your child is like 27, 16 also, like if your child is not like 2 years old, it's like their own person. Of course, not all of their problems are your fault. That's just stupid to say. Of course, not all their problems are your fault, but you can also deny that you have a lot of responsibility over a big part of who they are as a person, both bad and good responsibility. You have a lot of responsibility of who they are as a person because you fucking raised them. So like you did influence it the first years of their lives, and you are in fact somebody important in their lives. Even if you were an absent parent, you're also important in their lives because that you being an absent parent made them evitative as fuck. I'm not talking about myself. I'm talking about a lot of people here. I'm not using a lot of examples, but like, yeah. Evitative as fuck. Please don't be absent parents. Also, don't overpressure your children. Don't overwater your children, please. I don't know. So I am 16, so I'm not a parent. So actually, I'm kind of scared of that because I'm 16, so I don't know that yet. I probably, when I have children, I will know, because I will have children when I know. I will have children when I am finally ready to have them. But like, I'm sometimes scared of not finding the middle point of being a neglected parent and being an helicopter parent who is always like, no, 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 don't go. No, 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 don't go to the park. It's dangerous. It's a street from here. Why are you gonna go alone? You can't go alone. You can't go alone. It's a street from here. It's so dangerous. Please let me breathe, mom. No, don't worry. She has chilled. She has chilled. That fucking trouble in September was worth something, and she has chilled. And we have the water has gotten calm. That friction, the water has gotten calm. It's calm water now. So it's like the trouble. It's fine. It's getting its way fine. You know, it's not work anymore. It's finding its harmony. It's still a process, but it's finding its harmony. You know. But yeah, is that so? Like I'm kind of afraid of like not finding the point of neglecting your child, so they're fucking your pizza too, or this, so your child is like, so like, I don't know, but there sure is a middle point. Uh, so yeah, I don't know. Conclusion, same conclusion as ever. We're all human and we're doing the best we can. So yeah, I don't blame my parents for not being perfect or stuff or anything. And usually, oh, not everyone, because there are fucking awful abusive parents, and like, why the fuck are you criticizing everything your child does and treating them like shit and saying all their problems are their fault and shit like that? Damn, that's why they're in fucking abusive relationships. It's like, yeah, I don't know. I don't have a conclusion for this. I just was making my tea while editing the other video, and no, I was downloading it. I was just making my tea, and I was thinking thoughts, and I was thinking on parents of my friends and people I have known, and my own parents, and I was like, parents are so weird. No, it was like yes, you have a lot of responsibility for who your child is as a person. Shocking news. It's like it's not all your fault, but still you have a big part of it, and you should recognize that fucking big part and not deny that fucking big part. Lol, lol, que mal. Ok, mañana. Ok, mañana. But yeah, that's it. I just had that thought. I just had a thought, and that's it. Like this is such a short video. It's just 30 minutes. It's just a fucking thought I had, and I just drank my insomnia tea. So now I'm just gonna go to sleep and post the other video. And I don't know. Good night, princess. No, why do I say that?